good old Falcon and Territory rear sway bar links, known the world over for just being crap. They are just crap by design. As you can see with the bushing, where it sits in the lower control arm, it just wears and pinches and eventually will wear through the bush and then start scratching on the metal pin of the link itself, which then gives you that really fun sounding squeaking noise. Now, if you are going to sell your Falcon or Territory, I would recommend replacing them with our Cosa OEM style links because it's not going to be your problem. But if you are going to keep your car and you want it to stop making this awful noise every couple thousand Ks, replace them with these. They are our Cosa ball joint style rear sway bar links. Pretty much these eliminate the bush and replace them with ball joints, so you'll never run into this issue ever again. Thankfully, replacing them is dead simple. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get under the rear of the car and evict the bump stop. This can be achieved by a simple twist and pull, but if they're putting up a fight, you can also use a pry bar and give that a bit of a lever and twist and it'll pop off. Once the bump stop has been removed, now you'll need to take off that top nut. If you're like me and don't have a deep socket, you'll have to use a spanner for the first bit, and then you can change to the socket to get that top nut off. And then get a 13mm spanner and a 14mm socket and undo that bottom one, and you can then slide the nut out, and then you'll be able to pull that lower link easily out. Now, if your bushing has decided that the lower control arm is its new home, go chase after it with some pointy nose pliers and pull it out from the bottom. Now, if you are replacing them with the stock style links, you'll want to place that bush in there with a set of pointy nose pliers. Now, because there's nothing worse than losing your nuts, make sure that you pop that top one on there so you don't lose track of it. And then, here's a quick tip, put the bottom one in first. Good thing to note is that the nuts that are included with these are going to be nye lock nuts. What does this mean? Well, there's basically a piece of nylon that's in the end of the nut, and that is just to help stop the nut from backing out from the vibrations. So the torque setting for these is just going to be to do them in tight, not quite FT, but just tight. And then once it's all assembled, yes, of course, you can play around with it, make sure it's all looking good and make all the unnecessary sounds that you want.
Bouncy, bouncy.
Right, now time for the ball joint style ones. Believe it or not, these are going to be really similar to install. Now you are going to want to unlock some hand muscles to offset that lower thread. It's just going to make putting it through the sway bar eyelet that bit easier. And then you're going to want to send that lower nut home. And then once you've tightened down that lower nut, you can of course put on your top washer and then tighten down the top nut. And boom, there you go. You've now installed the new rear ball joint type sway bar link. If you're not cutting the springs whilst you're under there, it's going to be a good idea to pop in that rear bump stop. Of course, if you're still running the stock foam ones, it's going to be a great time to replace them with our polyurethane bump stops from Polytough. Available at the link above. Now, if it is resisting all forms of being sent home, you can grab a crowbar or a lever of some sort, pop the bump stop in at an angle, and then use that crowbar or lever or whatever you've got to then simply pop it on. Hope this has helped. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments section below. And of course, if you're looking for a part for your car or four-wheel drive, jump on onlineautoparts.com.au.